everybody.
This is the Goofy Gals Chat. This is episode 8. Did you know that milk is the fastest liquid in the world? It's past your eyes before you even see it.
Oh.
Oh,
that was a dad joke.
That wasn't that joke.
You just did a dad joke.
I did. Well, do you know what the drummer named his daughters?
What?
Anna 1, Anna 2.
Oh. Cute. Naming kids the same name. Anna 1.
Anna 2. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Well, did you hear about the kidnapping on the street?
Tell me.
Don't worry, he woke up. Oh, I need to go
The
home.
fact that she's genuinely laughing right now.
What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay?
What?
A bagel.
Oh my god, you're gonna die laughing.
They're so good. Oh my.
Thank you for your dad jokes. Maybe that'll be a new segment. Michaela's dad jokes.
All new like, I mean, they're not mine.
Sure.
But yeah.
It's okay. You can plagiarize a little.
Oh, they're so good. Like, what did the nut say to the other nut when they were playing tag? I'm a cashew. Oh, focused. Focused.
Happy March.
Happy March.
Yeah.
Roblo's birthday. My dad's birthday.
Oh, slightly more important than Roblo.
Definitely more important than Roblo.
Yes, for sure.
Roblo's birthday is also on St. Patrick's Day.
Very exciting.
Easter's this March.
Crazy, I know. Usually it's in April.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know the mathematical equation onto how they decide when Easter is going to be each year. But I don't know how it landed in March. But it did somehow.
It does sometimes.
Does it?
Does, yeah. Every so often.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's the very last day of March.
Oh, yeah. Sure is.
Sure is.
Oh, man, those jokes were good.
For sure.
I don't know how they don't get you.
Because you've told them to me before.
Not the milk one. That one was new.
Was it new? Okay.
That one was new.
It felt new.
It was new to me like a week ago. So
Gotcha.
It's like,
Okay, yeah.
it's really good.
At least you're working your lungs by laughing so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Your core muscles probably.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Good to give those a good solid workout. It's the only workout they get nowadays.
Well, the weather was gorgeous this weekend.
It was very nice. I've been going on like walks outside and everything.
We did a walk outside. So actually I went on a walk Sunday night and last night specifically, there's a park in Fairborn called Oaks Quarry Park. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's not a normal like metro park with a forest and paths. Right. It's very like rocky and almost deserty. Like in the middle of Fairborn. Like it's such a different atmosphere than most parks. And it was a really lovely walk. We ended up walking like 2.5 miles.
Nice.
Not really meaning to, because we went the wrong way, but it's fine.
Still, that's nice.
Yeah. I will say I have a bone to pick with this park.
Oh.
Because it's like...
Because it's bone dry.
Well, it is bone dry. It's very deserty.
Yeah.
But there's several paths, But there's one path that was like 2 coral fossils. Mm-hmm. Or something. Fossil corals or something. And there was an arrow. So we went that path. And then there was like a info sign that some parks have, This sign was so like dilapidated. Like the sun
That
had like
is a huge word.
well, like worn down. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't read it anymore. So we walked that path for no reason, because like to actually point out.
Yeah. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening. Oh gosh.
So it was like, I don't know why, and there were several other like posted signage. It's like, go this way to see the fossils, the coral fossils, whatever those were.
Right.
But the actual like information sign is so like damaged. Like the sun has gotten rid of all the wording.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I see Fairborn, like City of Fairborn, posts about their different parks and like
They
they
should at
seem
least make
active.
your signs are readable.
Yeah, it's just like, if they want people to come visit this,
Right.
they really need to like.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Fix it up.
I agree.
So that was annoying, but overall it was a cute park. Lots of people were around.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a really pretty. Oh, it's the place we got pictures done for our anniversary last year.
Okay.
Which I didn't post too many of those because everyone compared Adam to my brother in those. You know those pictures, remember? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So I didn't post many of those, but we did take pictures there.
Yeah. That's not what you want to hear.
Not what you want to hear at all.
Not what anyone wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving along.
Moving past that. But yeah. But then there was another sign that there was path this way and then a path this way. And the arrow pointing this way said to Waterford Landing. And we're like, I wonder what that is. So we walk. And we start realizing that it's no longer like within the quarry. Like now we're kind of walking on a trail where there's like trees and this little stream, and it's a cute path, but it's like
not where you're trying to go.
Doesn't feel like it's the same park.
Yeah.
We get all the way to the end and realizes that it enters into like a housing complex called Waterford Landing. Like with houses.
That's awkward.
So, and there was no trail back to like, because we were thought we were walking towards where our car was parked.
Yeah, oh man.
Like we were ready to be done. So we turned around and walked back, and then it wasn't that much, but it's still
a little annoying.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, but it was a cute park for sure overall.
Good.
But where'd you go walking? Just your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's it's so frustrating to me. So our block is pretty big, but if you walk around our block and then, start at our house, walk around the block, end at our house, it's 0.9 miles. And I'm like, bro. So, if you do it and then, let's say, you walk around our block, get to our house, and then you walk down to the end of the street and back, it makes it a mile. It's I wish it was just a perfect, beautiful mile.
Why isn't it perfect?
Yeah, it's 0.9.
That's exhausting.
So annoying.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Cincinnati, it really is. It's so hilly. Mm-hmm. And, and I didn't realize how, lucky we have it. Where our house is, we're really not on a hill. We're, right behind our house, right after our property is a big hill.
Yeah.
But, walking around the block and seeing, everyone has, hills in their backyards. Everything's so hilly. And we just are, on this beautiful, nice, flat area. And I was like, all right, I need to be a little bit more grateful of where I'm at because of, that's nice.
Well, isn't the Ohio River, there's something to do with how the icebergs were. That's why it's so hills and valleys.
Yeah, because the Cincinnati is just hilly. But yeah, there's a one part specifically on when you go around our block, and it is a pretty steep hill.
Yeah.
Definitely gets you a little workout going.
Yeah. Which
is nice. But yeah, it's nice that if we just walk around the block, we basically walk a mile.
Yeah. Which is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much today. Well, so today I ended up going on excursions with Adam. Down, he had to pick up camera equipment. Mm-hmm. So we went down to Sinclair, which I haven't been down there for forever.
Yeah.
Which is where I went to college.
Yes.
For the whole audience that we have.
Yeah. It's also where I went to college.
We both went to college there.
Yeah.
Different times-ish.
There there maybe like for 1 year together.
Yeah, overlap.
But
not in the same programs whatsoever.
No. I mean, you also looked at anatomy.
Technically,
So,
that's
like,
true.
we were kind of... we both had anatomy-ish things happening.
Sure, yeah. For sure.
I
did take an anatomy class, actually.
Yeah. I had to take a lot of anatomy. I look back, and I am just baffled at the fact that I'm a nurse and all the classes that I have taken. And I'm just like, wow, Michaela, way to go.
You're so great.
But then at the same time, I'm like, really? This is what you chose to do for the rest of your life? Just kidding. I really enjoy the job that I have now, but there are just like some days where I'm like, why did I think this was like a great idea?
I mean, yeah. But you've always had a heart for it. You've always wanted to do this since high school.
Yeah. I've ever since like 5th grade, where I watched Patch Adams. It is a Robin Williams film. I was like, I want to work in healthcare. That's when I specifically wanted to work with kids. And then somehow that just kind of got away from that. Started working with kids when I first got into healthcare, but then just, the way life panned out, and now I'm in cardiac. But
which
I do
usually not kids.
No.
Not really at all.
Unless they're like birth defects, but
sure.
But even then, we don't necessarily deal with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, not dealing with kids at all.
You're dealing with 50 and up old men, probably.
And women. But
but the stereotype. That's what I'm getting at.
I love when you have to hold a groin, and it's always one of those inappropriate men who think they're being funny and making weird comments to you. They're like, oh, you look really nice today, and I'm like, thank you. It's just like, oh gosh. It's like, I'm stuck here holding your groin for 20 minutes. Let's not say anything too weird.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for me to comprehend your life.
Yeah.
But
I think the weirdest one was like, one guy one time was like, age is just a number. You're not that much younger than me. And I was like, okay. I was like, I can't move because I'm literally holding all the blood in your body right now. But we just started. I would like for you to not make any more weird comments. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Great times.
Sounds like great times.
Yeah. Doing. But yeah, in school, I always hated cardiac. I think it was like my instructor. She like made me not like it because she was like really intense and like would hound you. And I was just like, well, I'm never going to be into cardiac anyway, so blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like full on a cardiac field. But
yeah.
It's fun. I like it.
But at Sinclair, we had to walk like across campus, so we got like more steps in today. It wasn't really the same as going to the park yesterday, but kind of about the same amount.
Sinclair steps, dude. When you had to go like from the basement to the 3rd floor or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Brutal.
Luckily, we didn't have to go like that far into that side. It was really like the parking garage through building 14 to like building 12.
Mm-hmm.
But his office was on like the far corner of building 12. So
yeah.
It was like we had to do the whole like... Building 12 always confused me.
I haven't been there since we filmed for that commercial.
That was the last time I had been there too.
Yeah.
And then before that was several years.
Yeah.
So it was cool, and like the smell of the walkways we're so nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So it was kind of nice for sure.
Man.
And got to see his office, which he really does have like several Legos in his work office. It's just like, bro.
I love that. That's great.
Chaotic.
It's fabulous. That's goals, okay? That's what you want.
I guess. It's wholesome, I suppose.
It is wholesome. It is wholesome.
It's International Women's Month.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. What all does that entail? Anything?
I mean, it's just, we're just basically saying how we're superior to men, for sure.
Don't we get that all day, every day?
You see my pretty tulips?
Yeah, those are gorgeous.
I got them at Trader Joe's.
They're very pretty.
Yeah.
So you went back to the Trader Joe's.
I did go back to Trader Joe's yesterday.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'm easily influenced, right? So I'm on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
And that's like people go and grocery shop, fully do their whole groceries at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if that really would be cheaper than Kroger. So I went.
It's not.
Well, I spent about $100, which, like, isn't abnormal for groceries.
No, not today.
But I did not have a good time.
Oh.
Because, like, for one, I didn't know where anything was at. So I kept having to stop. I would get confused, circle back.
Yeah.
I was also trying to do, like, influencer-specific recipes that I saw on TikTok. So I'm like, oh, I have to get this product and this product and this product.
Oh.
Couldn't find several of those products because they might have been seasonal. Like, Trader Joe's is always rotating
like
products.
Aldi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar vibe to Aldi. Because
Okay.
I couldn't get everything I wanted, for
Yeah.
sure. And, like, I didn't get... Like, everything is also, like, overly packaged. Like, you couldn't just buy a zucchini. You would have to buy, like, a bag of 6 zucchinis that are all wrapped, like, triple wrapped in plastic, and...
Yeah.
Everything just felt, like, a little extra wrapped up, which made it feel, like, not as fresh.
Yeah. I get
And,
that.
like, their meat selection was really small. So I didn't buy, like, they didn't even sell, like, a big family size of chicken breasts, which is what we normally buy. So, like... the only meat I bought was chicken sausage.
Okay.
Which
chicken
is
sausages are good. Like the bratwurst kind of looking ones?
Yeah. So that was part of one of the recipes I did, which was not a hit. I liked it more than Adam did. But it was chicken sausage, like, sliced up into little, like, coins or whatever.
Yeah.
Cauliflower gnocchi, which gnocchi is Italian pasta, but they're like the little potato dumpling ones. But this is specifically made from cauliflower.
Okay.
So, vegetable, not pasta.
Right.
And then spinach. And then a kale, cashew, basil, pesto, like vegan pesto.
I'm not a huge pesto gal a lot of the time. Some pestos are good, but they taste too earthy.
They can be a lot. This also talking about pesto just made me think of the girl on TikTok who went viral. Because call me crazy, but I don't like store-bought pesto. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my gosh, she went viral because everyone was making fun of her because, like, of how she... I'll have to show it to you. But anyway, I don't mind pesto. I don't. When it's in the right place. Like, when it's a pesto pizza and has other toppings.
Yes.
But it is an acquired taste because it's very basil forward.
Like, I don't mind it on certain things. I don't mind it. I totally agree with that. But, like, if you're just having, like, spaghetti noodles and pesto, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
Or if it is that, it needs to be a very oil-heavy pesto to, like, balance something out. But, like, otherwise it's so earthy.
Basically, like, this dish was just in a skillet. You put the chicken sausage in, you put the frozen gnocchi in, spinach, and a big scoop of that pesto. And you just cook it until it's all, like, incorporated and whatever. Yeah. And it was so earthy.
Yeah.
Like, because I put too much spinach. Because, like I said, this was a TikTok recipe, so it wasn't really laid out.
Right. That drives me nuts about how they, like, never actually give you, like, measurements.
Because they want you to go to their website, go to their blog post, and follow them. It's like, I will follow you and be more likely to come back to you if you give me everything I want.
Straight up, yeah. If I have to go on a scavenger hunt for it.
Yes.
Oh, I watched a murder documentary. That is something I want to discuss. But carry on.
Okay, we'll come back to it. So needless to say, so I make it, and we're trying to eat it for dinner, and it's just, like, the spinach is spinachy. Like, it really didn't, because sometimes it can't...
What? The spinach was spinachy?
The spinach was spinachy! No, it's because spinach can get so bitter.
Yeah.
But then when you cook it down and with other things, it kind of just, like, the flavor goes away.
Yeah.
This was not that. The flavor
was
stayed.
Strong. The flavor was strong with this one.
The flavor was strong. And then, like, the chicken sausage, I think, was good. It was a roasted garlic chicken sausage. So it was pretty good, but I feel like it would be better in something way different.
Yeah.
And then the worst part for him was the cauliflower gnocchi because it was veggie and not actual pasta. It got so mushy.
Oh.
So it was like you had good texture from the chicken sausage.
Yeah.
But then you would get the sliminess of the
it doesn't even like give the al dente.
Like, I do think I overcooked it
a
little because it was frozen and I was eyeballing because I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I got a couple pieces that I thought were very similar to real gnocchi, but then I got some other ones that were like, whoa, that was overcooked. Like, whoa, that was gross. So, like, it was not a hit for sure.
That's fair. Well, I feel like that's also, like, it's hard when you're cooking frozen stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that just makes it difficult, but...
Yeah. But... So, like, I spent a lot, and I feel like I barely really got any meals, like, and then I really assessed, and I was like, I really didn't buy any lunches, and I spent this much money, and, like, looking back, I'm like, what did I even buy?
Yeah.
So it's just, like, it was not a hit for me, and it's really, like, there are a lot of products at Trader Joe's that are organic and really good for you and all this stuff. But there's a lot of stuff there that's actually not good for you. Like, they still sell stuff that has artificial ingredients and, like, all the gums and stuff that just they're not good for you. And everything is just overly processed.
Yeah.
Like, it's still...
Well, welcome to America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it just, like, I thought Trader Joe's was supposed to be... Like, I always thought it was, like, almost an all-organic type store, but the prices are so good because they're private label. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
And there was, like, not many, like, seasonal treats.
Well, that's a bummer.
Which is, like, when I went around Valentine's Day, they had a handful of stuff.
Yeah.
And now... Like,
well, I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day and it's Easter. Like, it's definitely time for seasonal stuff. You don't have anything Easter.
Exactly. I didn't see anything. Like,
I feel like Easter, at least, there's always seasonal stuff for Easter.
Right. And, like, I didn't spend a lot of time where their candy would be, because I think, from my understanding, their shelves, like, all their freezer stuff are in, like, the deep freeze kind of pits. It's not big wall freezers.
Okay.
And so then there's a shelf above that usually has sweets and candies and cookies. And then all, like, the frozen meals and frozen veggies and stuff. So it was, like, it's hard to look at both.
Yeah.
Because they're completely different, products.
Yeah.
So.
I get that.
And then, even though I went, like, on a Monday, it still was busy. Like, and it still was, like, I'm just trying to learn where all this crap is.
Yeah.
At this store.
That's, like, me on my days off. Like, because if I'm fortunate enough with being a nurse, like, I get two days off a week.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, I'm out doing stuff, I'm like, and stuff's, like, busy and crowded. I'm like, don't you guys have jobs? Like, why is it so crowded right now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess I also have a job, and I'm out and about. But, like, I'm always like, I think, oh, it's my day off. I'm going to go around this time. It's going to be dead. And I'm like, why are there so many people here? Like,
yeah, seriously. We made a mistake.
Oh, no.
On Friday, we had a couple people coming over, and we didn't have, like, any snacks whatsoever. So we ran over to Kroger, didn't realize this was March 1st at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we started walking in Kroger. It was a madhouse. There's so many people because after work people, but also first of the month people. So it was like an interesting crowd.
Yeah.
And so busy.
Ugh.
Luckily we were able to get our stuff and get out.
Yeah. Oh, how much? Oh, that's contagious. Oh, I kind of started it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay.
Have you gotten into cottage cheese yet?
I have not tried it. It's still in my fridge. I've not even tried it. It's still dated. It's dated for like the end of this month, so I will try it.
Nah.
I know. It's there and I see it.
I love cottage cheese. It's so good.
I'm sure I'm going to like it, but I'm just so scared.
Well, guess what? You open it, you take a bite of it, you hate it, you throw it away, and you don't buy it again.
I know, but like the whole situation of trying a new food is such a big thing. I have food trauma. I have food trauma.
Oh, okay.
I have food trauma.
I hate the way you said
Trauma.
Trauma.
Oh my
God. All right, fair. I'll try anything once. That's something that my parents like. I mean, anything. Like whether it be like. That's how my dad got me on roller coasters. That's how, I try anything in life. I will try anything once, but if I hate it, you cannot make me do it again. Like, I'll try it once.
Yeah.
That is it. You can't force it upon me anymore. I've tried it by my one time. Yeah.
I don't know, like, I've definitely grown when it comes to trying new foods, for sure.
Yeah.
And, like, especially when me and him started dating, the dinners I had to eat so I wouldn't offend his family.
Yeah.
I definitely learned how to eat more vegetables and stuff, but like, I don't know. The way we grew up and the dinners and the lack of vegetables we had growing up.
Fair. Well, your family in a whole is pretty picky.
Because of how we grew up.
Yeah.
Because my mom is the pickiest eater.
Yeah.
Love her to death.
She's great, but she's very picky.
So picky. And then like I tried to tell her about it the other day, like how I really have to try hard when I grocery shop and plan meals and make sure we're getting balanced meals and vitamins and veggies.
All the things you need.
All the things. And like she's just being, she's not quite a boomer, but
Gen X, is it
Gen X, yeah. Mom, like, she just took it offensively. And, like, you can't change it now. I'm not trying to be mad at you.
Right.
Like, but because of how you fed us, I have to be way more conscious about how I eat, what I eat.
Yeah.
And all of the stuff. And she couldn't handle it. And that's okay. Because, she's older and,
Yeah.
But, so I don't know, trying new foods, it's, like, nerve-wracking a little.
Well, like, my mom... I remember very vividly. I know, like when we were young, she definitely made home cooked meals routinely, and I feel like they were pretty well-ish balanced. Always like a main dish with like a veggie side. See, like that's balanced enough.
Oh yeah.
And then, but then like I think it was a lot to do with like me being in sports, after school activities, my brother being in sports loosely. No, he was in sports. And then after school activities and yada yada yada. And then it was just like basically we ate out all the time. Or we would like, pack lunches or someone would bring us food, like, and it was always like a fast food restaurant, like Subway or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like we kind of just steered away, like where my mom would make a home cooked meal maybe twice a week, not like a daily thing.
Yeah.
So it's like that's one thing that I struggle with a lot now, but I don't know if it would be any different if like when we were in high school and stuff, if like we actually made home cooked meals more. But like I struggle with having like, okay, we're gonna have a home cooked meal every day. A lot of the time I'm like, well, let's just order a pizza, or let's just make a frozen pizza, or ramen. Like I don't take the time to actually.
Ramen is kind of home cooked.
It kind of is, but like. But to like actually like consciously be like, okay, well we're gonna have chicken with like this kind of side, or like we're gonna have salmon with rice and carrots. Like to actually that happens once a week.
Like truly, it's so stressful planning meals. Like it's just me and Adam. Like it's not like I'm trying to make meals for a whole family. Yeah. But like yesterday, when I got home from grocery shopping, because I did Trader Joe's and then I had to stop at Kroger because I didn't get cold brew or milk. Or a couple other essentials, I can't remember. And when I got home, like, I cried and, like, got emotional just because, like, it's so freaking stressful.
It is.
Just grocery shop. And then how much you spend right now on freaking groceries, on food.
Insane. Well, and then the thing is like, I'll go grocery shopping with, like, the intent of, okay, this is the meal we're going to have on this day, this is the meal we're going to have on this day, blah, blah, blah. And then it inevitably always happens, Blake or me, I mean, I'm guilty of it too, he'd be like, this kind of sounds really good, you want to go to this place, or you want to get this? And I'm like, alright, yeah, I'm not in the mood to cook.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well then this meat needs to go in the freezer if we're not going to use it.
Yeah.
And then it turns into, okay, well, I can't just make this on a spur of the moment because it needs to be able to thaw all day.
Yeah.
So it needs to be like a planned thing. But then like me and Blake, you know, Monday night we have Bible study, so we don't cook a meal. Tuesday we typically come here, so we don't cook a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday Blake works at Cooper's Hawk, so I'm on my own. Thursday is our planned scheduled date night, and it's just every time we usually end up going out, but we should eat at home. And then Friday, Blake usually works at Cooper's, and I'm on my own. And it's just
so you have no you don't even have an opportunity to eat, like, cook dinners every night.
I mean, I can, but then it would be, like, me cooking for myself, and to cook, like, a full, like, if I'm, like, cooking chicken breast and blah, 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 just for me, that's, like, stupid. I would much rather.
It's a lot of effort. It's
a lot of effort for just me. Like,
well, and that's the thing, too, like, I want to cook, like, when it comes to, like, lunches, it's so much easier just to do, like, deli and cheese and bread and make sandwiches.
Yes.
Because, like, weeks where I've done, like, the big pack of chicken breasts, and we'll portion it out, and I'll be like, okay, I'll have some chicken with my lunch, and then dinner this day, and blah, 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 and it's like, when it comes time to actually, like, cook lunch, heck no, I'm not doing that. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, like, my big go-to is definitely not balanced or good, is I literally will put, you know, my tortilla chips on a paper because I don't want to do dishes. And then, you know, you sprinkle your cheese on it, you put it in the microwave, and then I use cottage cheese as my sour cream, and I use...
Well, yeah, that's protein.
I'm like, well, at least I got my protein and my dairy covered.
You got your protein.
Kind of a grain.
I mean, it's corn. Corn
chips.
Not the worst for you.
Not the best. Definitely still not necessarily
definitely a snack. Like, it's not a meal, for sure.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll have ramen. Although the ramen that we get that... I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's like the Bodak, it's like the really popular ramen right now. It's not like... It's
not the orange ramen?
No.
Is it the red and black ramen?
It's that brand. But, like, they have multiple different flavors.
But that brand. Okay.
But they're all so spicy.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's a whole balance in and of itself because of, like, I don't handle spicy. Mm-hmm. I don't mind a little kick.
Sure.
That is not my problem. But these are spicy.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to balance how much of the spice packet you put in, and it's, I've only gotten it really good where I'm like, wow, that was the perfect amount of spice packet. Like, once or twice. Otherwise, I literally am having to, like, take a bite and then soak my whole mouth in a glass of ice water.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it tastes really good, but, like, she be painful. Like, I definitely look like I got lip injections afterwards. Like, they swallow. Well, because there's no way to not get it all over your mouth when you're eating ramen.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like a chip where you can kind of, like, get your mouth out of the way. Or your lips.
Your lips, your mouth kind of has to be there.
You knew what I meant. But it's like ramen, you know, when you're trying to get it all in your mouth, the juices get everywhere, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Pain. I know. And then I'm addicted to anything vinegary.
Mm-hmm.
Which just tears up my tongue.
Yeah.
Because I have a geographic tongue anyways.
Yeah.
And then so it's just like, I don't know if that makes any difference. In my mind, it does. But like my tongue gets torn up so easily.
It probably does affect that.
I mean, it makes sense that it would because I have so many cracks. Well, like
Keith from the Try Guys, his tongue is like that. It's very exposed and geographical and all that. And he like...
It's the Haynes tongue.
Yeah. He like cannot handle spice like at all. He still eats it and
because
then he's a baby.
Like even just eating those, like the ones that like I was doing okay and I thought they tasted really good, but like it was just making my tongue like sting.
Yeah.
Like it was stinging and I'm like, this is really painful. Like my tongue is also quick to like bleed. Like I've eaten like a lolly. Like, you know, the, like, sweet tart lollies, they're, like, kind of sour and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's made my tongue bleed. If I eat too many, like, salt and vinegar chips, my tongue will bleed. Like, it's wild.
That seems weird.
Probably.
I didn't know tongues bleed like that unless they were, like, punctured or you bite your tongue and then you make it bleed.
No, mine apparently just kind of...
I think you're acid splashing yourself.
Acid splash. That is my go-to spell in D&D. Acid splash. Acid splash for you. Acid splash for you. Acid splash for you. Only took me to like level 4, like 5 months into the campaign to realize that I was using that spell wrong the entire time. But it's fine.
It's fine.
We know it now.
D&D is a lot. And it's okay.
Just confusing.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it slowly but surely.
I think once because we're about to finish this story, pre-written story. Once we start the next pre-written story, I think it'll be a lot, like it's just gonna get more world building.
Yeah.
Which I think will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, it won't be so, like, go here, ask this, go here, do this, go here.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a little more like, okay, you're in this town, see what you find. Like,
I enjoy it. I struggle with pulling stuff out of thin air.
Well,
Which?
You're a nurse, you're not creative.
That's straight facts.
All nurses are not creative.
Ooh.
Definitive statement.
Good thing we do not have an audience. That was
I'm just
aggressive.
kidding. That was a joke.
We're not creative, but we're crafty.
There you go.
A lot of nurses are crafty.
Yeah.
But like, and I mean, I know several creative nurses, but like, if you hand me a piece of paper and you're like, doodle, I'm like, I'll draw a square. Like, I like to draw shapes and fill them in. That is my doodling.
That's fine.
Not
That's
people
doodling.
who just go like ham and can just doodle. Like my brother, he can doodle so well, and I'm like, yeah, no, my brain doesn't do that.
Function like that, and that's okay.
No, I would much rather have a worksheet and fill in, like the holes on A's and E's and go through every word and just fill them. I like to color stuff in.
Yeah.
That is my kind of.
You need coloring books.
Yes. Essentially. Or I'll write my name in bubble letters.
Yeah.
That's my go-to, too.
I think you can be pretty creative when we've been playing. Like, you still, like, improv dialogue. And, I mean...
I do what I can.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks. It's an avocado. Thanks. I love that. Love that.
Truly iconic.
This is the first Christmas, and I think it fully had to do with my shoulder, where, like, I am just so highly, not annoyed, but, like...
This past Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd I say?
The way you said it, this is the first Christmas, made it sound like we're in the Christmas season.
No. This past Christmas,
it's March.
This past Christmas. Because we were blessed to get, like, a lot of stuff from people. But, like, I was never able to address it, and Blake, tries to act like he has no idea where anything goes ever.
Yeah.
And so I still just have mounds of, not mounds, but I have, like, a pile of, Christmas gifts in my office.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
What do I do with this?
Yeah. What
That's
do
how
I
my
do with
couch
this?
was for all of January. My couch is just covered in almost all of our gifts. Like
I love Christmas. I love giving gifts. I enjoy receiving gifts. Like, it's all great. It's all dandy. Now that, like, I have a house, though, I'm like, can you guys, like, not get us stuff? Like,
I just want the stuff that I want.
Yeah, all this extra stuff. Nah. Not actually, though, because it is nice to get, like, sentimental things.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't know what to do with all this right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's spring cleaning season.
I went through and I got rid of, like, a bunch of clothes. Well, I say I got rid of a bunch of the clothes.
Donating?
I did, but then I also have a box of stuff where I was like, I can't wear it. I probably will never fit in it again, but I don't want to get rid of it. You're going in this box.
Hey, that's okay.
But it's not in my closet anymore.
That's good.
So it's all great things.
Yeah.
I was literally talking to my mom, like, she was helping me do it, and, like, prime examples, I had this Space Jam hoodie that, like, I can wear it, but, like, it's not, it's, like, it's too...
Is it fitted?
It's not as baggy as I would want for, like, a hoodie. So it's never my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I can't wear it at all because I can't get it off of me because of my shoulder.
Sure.
And all this and all that. But, like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, but I don't want to get rid of it. And she was like, well, isn't that something that you got with, like, your ex? And I'm like, well, I mean, I bought it, but, like, I got my ex a matching one, but I have both of them. So it's like, it doesn't bother me any. but either who. And she was like, well, maybe. And I'm like, but me, if this was you and you had something cool like this from like something that was like your childhood and then you still had it, I would probably steal it from you and wear it. And I'm like, and what if my kid wants to have this Space Jam hoodie?
Space Jam is going to be so old when we have kids.
But if my kid's as weird as I am, they'll be like, I want that. Because I also saved Rugrats hoodie that I have. And
Do you
I'm
think
like,
your kids are going to watch Rugrats?
No, but what if they want to be, weird? And they want to wear it. And I'll be like, look what I got. I have Converse that are One Direction Converse that I...
See, One Direction Converse, One Direction, by the time you have kids and that would be old enough, that's like retro. But like Rugrats are gonna be what like the 60s are to us. You know what I mean?
Which are dope.
Yes, but maybe more like 50s.
Which is also...
Like the 50s,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Pop culture in the 50s I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rugrats aren't that old. It just feels so 90s, and the 90s are already almost 30 years old.
That's wild. Like Rugrats and Space Jam, and I'm just like, I don't want to get rid of it because of it's like my childhood.
Hey Google, when did Space Jam come out?
In the United States of America, Space Jam was released on November 15, 1996.
So it's 28 years old this year.
Well, it's a little older than me, but only by 2 years.
So okay, let's say you have a kid next year.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're like, what, 10?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna want a hoodie from 40 years ago?
They sure might. I wear my mom's sweater that she wore in high school. Logan wears a sweater of my dad's that he wore in his senior pictures.
But is that like a knit sweater or is it like a graphic sweater?
It's a knit sweater.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, if my mom had graphic stuff, I would wear.
Because graphic stuff wasn't big back then. That's not true.
But like my dad, I mean, this is relevant though. My dad has like crew necks, like old Steelers, like vintage crew necks, and I have hijacked those, and I wear those.
But the Steelers are like an ongoing football,
But it's Space Jam. My kids are gonna watch Space Jam and Rugrats. I'm gonna force it upon them. They're gonna like
Those
it.
are just like Space Jam. Sure, that's an iconic movie.
The
and
Rugrats movies they're gonna watch. Rugrats go to Paris. Yeah.
Like the Rugrats just feel so not relevant.
I love Rugrats.
I mean,
Rugrats all grown up. So good.
Like our kids are gonna be raised on like Bluey and like Paw Patrol.
No, not
and
mine.
all the stuff that's on right
Not
now.
mine.
So are you gonna pull out the VHS of Rugrats for them to watch? Because
Heck
it's not gonna
yeah.
be streaming.
Oh yeah, no, I will most certainly. My parents still have them on VHS. My Rugrats film is an orange VHS tape.
Wow, you got the Nickelodeon like premiere version.
Yeah, and they watching it.
Oh my god.
My mom still has a working VHS player.
Okay, but by the time you have kids, will you have a TV that can hook up to a VHS player? Do you currently have a TV that could hook up a VHS player?
I'm sure Rugrats is somewhere on streaming sites.
I'm sure we can find YouTube clips.
Let's find it. Let's see. Rugrats. Wild Thornberries. Like they're gonna be watching all the good stuff.
Were you that much of a Nickelodeon kid?
Oh, I love Nick.
Really? Did you love it more than Disney?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Until like maybe, yeah, I was definitely more of a Nickelodeon than Disney.
Huh. I mean, we watched Nickelodeon for sure, but
Mhm.
we definitely watched more Disney and Cartoon Network.
It's on Hulu.
Wow. You got me.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Pluto. It's on Philo, whatever those are. But Amazon Prime and Hulu.
The original Rugrats? Like, you could just start season 1 Rugrats?
Yeah, it's nine seasons from 1991. That's
Wow.
wild.
Rugrats started in 91?
Yeah, the Wild Thornberries. Let's see. The Wild
That's gonna be
Thornberries-
so outdated. Your kids are gonna be like, I don't know what this is.
The Wild Thornberries came out the year I was born.
Okay. Okay.
Although the teenage daughter in the Wild Thornberrys always made me want to wear my hair over my eye. Did that happen to you too?
I do know what you mean, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a cool thing.
Cool
Which is
thing.
also, oh, just kidding. That's different. Hold on. The Wild Thornberrys. The Wild Thornberry Ride at Kings Island. Wild Thornberries on Paramount, on Amazon, on YouTube.
I guess it makes sense that it'd be on Paramount, because that Nickelodeon and Paramount had a whole thing.
My kids will not watch anything that I don't also enjoy. But, yeah, no, I feel like my kids will definitely, like, because of me, I can watch Disney movies over and over and over. I love them. I love them. If they watch the cartoons that I grew up on, I'll sit down and watch those over and over and over.
But what if they don't want to watch the old ones?
Well, they're only going to know those ones.
I don't know.
Until they meet friends and they watch, like, Bluey at their friend's house or something.
Yeah.
Although Blake is very... He's like, our kids are going to have any screen time. And I'm like, I understand that you don't want them... Like, you don't want us to go out to dinner and our kids be on the tablet while we're all interacting.
Sure.
Can understand that. But if we're at home and I'm trying to get stuff done, you best believe I'm putting a movie on for my child for them to be whenever they get to the stage where they can. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, we're not saying we're putting screens in front of infants, but...
Well, because they wouldn't even be attentive to that anyways.
Well, sure.
But yeah.
But it's not good for their eyes.
Yeah, I mean... But, like... Well, I grew up watching TV and stuff, and I turned out relatively okay.
You are totally normal. Nothing is special about you.
Not a thing. Nothing that had to do with the TV, anyways.
That we know of.
That we know of. But, yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, no. If I need some peace and quiet to get something done, they can watch an hour-and-a-half film. That will be happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I understand. Because of a lot of... That's, like, one thing that happens today. And, I mean, and I can't have too strong of an opinion on it. Because, I mean, I don't have kids. I don't know what it's like.
Sure.
But I do find it, like, kind of sad when, like, you know, a family's going out to a meal and their kids are just, like, on a tablet with headphones on.
Yeah.
Not even present.
Like...
And, I mean, but I get it. I mean, I think... Because of, like, I mean, if your kid throws a major tantrum, it's just, like, I would rather enjoy myself at a meal... and not have to deal with them. Like, I get that, but then at the same time, I'm like, wow.
You gotta find a balance,
yeah.
for sure. For sure. I mean, yeah, I obviously can't relate either, but...
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole road we're not ready for.
Nope, not at all. Because of, what would I do if my kid started choking, or was sick, or fell? I wouldn't know what to do.
I wouldn't know anything.
I wouldn't know a thing. Not me.
Not me.
Nope.
Yikes.
I would say, what's CPR? I don't know the Heimlich. What do I do if a child's choking? I don't know.
I don't know. You only know how to save adults.
Only can save adults. Yep, nope, they don't teach you that stuff. Oh my gosh, my kids scraped their knee?
They're dead. They're
what
dead.
What do I do?
Bury him alive right now.
That's the only reasonable thing. How do I possibly take care of this? You rub dirt on it, right?
You put some dirt in it for sure.
I thought that's what happened.
That's what they say. The dirt with all the microplastics in it for sure.
Oh yeah. I was leashed as a child, so I feel like
that's why you're so what you are.
I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with having a leash on your child.
There are some now, I think, that look
like ours
okay.
was like, I mean, I would say ours looked like a backpack. It didn't. It was most certainly a harness and then a leash. But like me and Logan, we never minded because we didn't have to hold it. Our parents, it was very independent.
Yeah.
Like until you tried to like book it somewhere, then like obviously you're like you can't move. But like. It was fun. Like, we had our hands to do whatever we wanted. We walked. There's slack. Like,
that's true.
I loved being leashed. I have no complaints about it. People are like, that's so ridiculous. That's so inhumane. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it ain't. It is like a sense of independence, honestly.
Especially, like, depending on the ages, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I
when
mean, if you're like 12, then yeah, you should
that's a lot, for sure. But yeah, definitely younger kids, especially if you're going to like the zoo or something where they
And
can get
that's
so
what it
distracted
was.
and
It was
yeah.
like whenever we were on vacations or like we went to amusement parks and like stuff like that. Like if we were just walking around a grocery store, we weren't leashed.
Sure.
But like
Could you
if we were like at Kings Island and stuff.
Honestly,
we
it's
had
safe
leashes,
because no
yeah.
one can just also scoop up your kid and run away and
Yeah.
you know.
Like the whole I turned my head for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no one's gonna come up to me, like me as a child, successfully unharness me and take me away without my parents feeling something.
Yeah.
Or me screaming.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. My kid will be leashed, and someone can say whatever they want. I'm like, I was leashed. I liked it. It's fine.
Everything's fine. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me and my brother, we both didn't care. There's ones that I don't like the one that's like, it's like around their wrist, and then, and then the parent also has one around their wrist. I'm like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of independence.
You're basically
one.
holding their hand.
And two, I feel like that that could cause injuries depending on how old like your kid is and like their growth plates and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like that could definitely, I feel like, do like a spiral fracture or something. I like the harness, I feel like is good.
Yeah.
Love a good harness. It's like a hug.
It's like a hug. Harness leashes for kids. They're like hugs.
They're like hugs, but safer.
But safer than hugs. That's the tagline. Safer than hugs. A harness leash for your kids. Wow. Harness.
Harness leash.
Leash.
Harness leash.
Leash harness.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard to say?
I don't think I ever realized. You know what's really hard to say? Red leather, yellow leather.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're just bringing in tongue twisters now.
Red leather, yellow. Yeah. Nope. Can't do that one. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Anyone can do it when it's that slow.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Yellow leather,
Yeah, there you go. I'm like,
red leather, yellow leather.
There you go.
Red leather, yellow leather.
You have a lot of tongue.
Oh boy, wow, this is a very slap happy podcast.
This is a slap happy podcast. Murder documentaries. I watched again.
Yes, tell me about it.
It's on Netflix. It's called Evil Genius.
I saw that ad. I didn't watch it, but I've seen it on there.
It's something, it happened in the early 2000s, and I'm surprised I never heard of it, and I feel very like I lived under a rock that I never. It happened in Erie.
Michigan?
No, Pennsylvania. I think it was Erie. Erie, Pennsylvania. I think that's right.
That's a place.
And it was basically, you'll have to watch it for yourself to build your own opinion, but I'm going to say it in my way that I think happened. But basically there's this pizza guy who was delivering a pizza, and as he was delivering a pizza, a group of people basically put a bomb around his neck, like fastened it like basically a handcuff around his neck with a bomb attached to it, put a shirt on over it, gave him like a cane that was also a shotgun, and gave him like a scavenger hunt basically. So like he had to rob a bank, and then he would go get his next clue, and then he would go and through all these different scavenger hunt things he would find the key to unlock the bomb. And he goes and he robs the bank, and he stays super duper calm the whole time, like super calm. And whether it's like he didn't think that the bomb was real, or like, he thought it was fake, or he was aware of what was happening and was kind of in on it. Kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
But either who, so like the cops, after he robbed the bank, cops had surrounded him, and he was on the ground, and the bomb basically started beeping, making noise, whatever, and this is all like live, well, not live, but like recorded footage that was on this first episode towards the beginning, and and he sounds calm, like he's like, guys, like, this thing, I think it's gonna go off, I'm not joking, like, get this off me, I think it's gonna go off, I'm not joking, da 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 da. And it literally shows, it goes off.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, I think he's laying there struggling to breathe for like a little bit, and like no one.
The cops
really
don't help him.
Not really. I mean, granted, you have to worry about your. I mean, a live bomb just went off. You have to care about your safety. Obviously, he's probably not going to make it anyways.
Sure.
And as they looked at the bomb afterwards, there was no matter what they did, this bomb was not going to be removed from this guy.
Mm.
Like it was too complicated, not enough time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But either who, so this guy, dies, and then like to keep the bomb intact, to save it for evidence and all this and all that, they made the decision that to remove it from his neck, they were in the street, like as delicately as you could cut someone's head off, but like so they decapitate this guy just to get the evidence. Just to get evidence, and then basically like through years, they kind of finally figure out who was responsible for it. There was someone who was definitely in some way, shape or form responsible for it that just got away with it, and like someone who was definitely a part of it who like just got off scot-free because he made like a plea deal, like all this stuff, and it was just like crazy. And then there's like two of the people who were a part of it are so just psychotic, where I'm just like, it gave me the chills, like that people like that exist. But you should definitely watch it.
It sounds interesting. What year is the crime supposed to have happened?
It was early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Okay.
I don't know why my brain's thinking 2001, but I don't think that's right. It's called Evil Genius, but it's the pizza delivery bomber or something.
Wow.
Let me see if I can. But actually multiple people died, but I guess really only 2003. August 28, 2003. Brian Douglas Wells was the guy who got. This is him, like, just that's how he was chilling on the street before the bomb detonated and went off. Like, he's just sitting there like, guys, please get this off me. Like, it's really sad.
Wow. That sounds intense for sure.
Yeah. And it's just like, and the girl who was basically responsible for the whole thing, she reminds me of Smeagol.
Oof.
Yeah, she looks brutal.
Brutal.
Apparently, once upon a time, she was super good looking. And I'm like, don't believe it.
Yeah, seriously.
But like, smart people, man, they're freaky. Like her and the guy who were like the masterminds behind the whole thing. So stupid smart. Like, too smart for their own good. Like, they weren't using it for good.
Yeah.
Definitely using it for evil.
Yeah, I would say that for sure.
It was brutal.
That sounds fascinating, though.
I mean, it's a good documentary, but I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, man, it's just like, I don't know why, but like apparently recently my brain's just having like different programming of some sort. Cause I still do, but like I used to really love murder documentaries. Like I could just like fall asleep to them. I found them comforting in a way.
Yeah.
But like just like getting, I don't know, a story. I mean, obviously they're real life, and that's But either who.
Yeah, a lot of people listen to true crime.
Yeah,
it's not weird.
I just enjoyed them, but now like recently I'm just like, man, like those people just exist, and like literally anyone at any point could just snap, and you could just be the stranger that's next to them, and I'm just like, ugh.
It's a lot.
It gives me the chills.
I know, like I listened to like Crime Junkie for a little bit, but I listened to one of their shorter ones that ended up being a 2-parter, so I didn't even finish it. A few weeks ago, and it's something about it was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's good for my mental health, like, to listen.
I'm starting to think that they're not anymore. Like, I used to really, but now recently, and then, like, after I watch them, I, like, genuinely will be like, I don't want to turn out the lights.
Yeah.
Like,
it'll freak you out.
and I'm just like, So when did I get
Well,
like
that was
this?
something that, like, so do you ever watch Shane Dawson on YouTube? Or
No.
you know who he is?
I
now?
know who he is, but the only time I ever like watched him was like maybe the 2 episodes of the Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson that whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's
Well, he just
it.
yesterday he released he does conspiracy videos and stuff, and like the one he released yesterday, I watched it today, and it was just like, by the end of it, it was just like, man, this reality.
Yeah. I don't know. My brain is just like getting like sensitive. I don't know what it is.
I mean, the state of the world right now isn't wonderful. Like, especially like when we get snippets of information of what's going on all over the world, and like how there's just not happiness and wholeness.
I just want to go back to living in ignorance. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty ignorant to majority of things.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but then
For sure.
but then there's stuff where I'm just like not ignorant anymore, and I'm just like, can I go back to being
And
ignorant?
it's just hard because like at the places where we're at in life, like we can't do anything about the big bad stuff.
Remember when we used to watch horror films? Well, we still do that.
We still watch scary movies quite a bit.
Yeah, we do. Maybe that's our issue.
Yeah. But
like,
a lot of the scary movies we watch can be very fictional.
Yeah, I always try to tell myself, like, Michaela, before you watch this, these were not concerns of yours.
Yeah.
Go back to that.
Just listen to the story.
Listen.
It's just a little ghost story. It's fine.
Just to think of it as fiction. I think that's my issue is, like, you know, I always, like, knew that they were real, but, like, I don't think I, like, really honed in on the fact, like, wow, this is a real story. And now I'm like, wow, this is, like, legit. This happened.
Sad.
Someone's this messed up. Like,
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a lot. Just what people do, man. I'm just like...
But also in his conspiracy video, he debunked, did you see the video of the Stanley Cup that was in that car fire that survived?
I don't feel like that's real.
It literally can't be.
No.
So part of the conspiracy that Shane he talked about several different topics, but one of them specifically was the Stanley Cups and like the craze over the Stanley Cups. But specifically, he wanted to test if a Stanley Cup would like burn in a fire. So he literally got a fire pit, and in the video recorded this Stanley Cup destroyed in like less than 10 minutes. Like the handle melted off, the lid melted, and all the paint gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, there's no way. Well, the whole thing that really got me is like, well, first of all that in general, but I'm like, if that thing was in an actual fire, there would not still be ice in it.
And that was the thing, like, he picked up the cup and it just, water just, whoop.
Yeah.
And it was just, And it was even surprising that there was even still water in it, but they had only had it in the fire for less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I knew that whole thing was fake anyways, because of one, like, a lot of it about it is plastic. That stuff would have melted.
Well, like, the lid is specifically lid and straw is plastic.
Isn't the handle also plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The handle is also plastic.
Like, I get, like, maybe the cup's not gonna melt, but then also I was like, but there's not even black. There would have at least been black. I mean, there would have been something. That Stanley was too pristine. I was just like, no.
Yeah. Well, and, like, basically in the conspiracy, he was talking about how it was just this crazy good marketing technique, because the CEO or whatever of Stanley, like, reached out to that person and made a public video on TikTok saying, like, we're going to replace your Stanley, but we're also going to replace your car.
Yeah.
Like, that whole thing. And it's just, like, marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Yep.
It's crazy. But I guess the CEO of Stanley was the CEO of Crocs. And Crocs made a whole resurgence, like, in the past 5 to 7 years.
I've always loved Crocs.
You have always loved Crocs, but, like, when they first...
I have a lot of Crocs.
When Crocs first came out, it was, like, some people loved them, but a lot of people were like, what are these?
A lot of people are still like, what are these?
Yes, but now, like, they fully have had a resurgence. And now that there's, like, baby ones, and there's, like, you know, it's a whole, like, they've been rebranded and they're fun.
Yeah.
And now he did the same thing with Stanley Cups.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wild.
Well, he's good at marketing then.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
But no, if you're in the mood for some conspiracies, his video is really good.
I'm gonna set a car on fire, and I'm gonna put a pair of Crocs in there, and I'm gonna be like, afterwards, I'm gonna be like, my Crocs survived this fire, my gibbets and all, and then maybe he'll buy me a new car.
I feel like he probably won't. You have fine cars.
No,
you don't need a new car.
I'm joking.
Do it to Adam's car.
I'll do it to Adam's car. It won't even be my car. It'll be a junkyard car that we just light on fire, and then I'll be like, oh no, my car. And then I'll have a third car.
There we go. Park it on top of your boat.
Yeah, there you go. Park it on top of the boat. That's the plan. My lease for my Jeep, because I was so paranoid about my miles and stuff, my 3-year mark is this month.
Wow, really?
And then I only have it for one more year. But I'm a whole year behind on my miles. So I have 24,000 miles to use in this last year. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm driving that thing everywhere.
That's pretty much what happened with my Civic. I was so, I did not drive it nearly as much as the allowance of miles. Which was good, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be probably driving that quite a bit now.
Nice.
Maybe doing some, more weekend spontaneous trips, farther trips.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see.
Speaking of trips, so I got these tulips mainly because I saw a post about how the tulip fields in Holland and in Amsterdam are blooming. Mm-hmm. That's one of my bucket list places.
Yeah.
They're just, to go and actually, be surrounded by the most beautiful, pristine flowers, in the world. The fields are just so pretty and so colorful.
Yeah.
Oh, I would just love it.
See, what freaks me out about that is the amount of bees that have to be there.
Yeah. But bees that pollinate aren't that harmful. It's not like they're wasps or hornets.
No, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They'll leave you alone for the most part.
Yeah.
Yes. Wasps and hornets, they know that if they sting you, they ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
Bees, I feel are aware of, if I'm stinging you, I'm gonna die. So
they've seen the bee movie. They get it.
They definitely have seen the bee movie. So they're definitely I'm gonna use this sting wisely.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I didn't think about that, but I think I would still go.
Oh, no.
I could handle it.
I mean, I would too. That'd be beautiful. I really want to go to Napa.
Napa would be fun.
Napa would be awesome.
For sure.
See, I'm not a big international girly.
Yeah.
I get uncomfortable in social situations when people speak my language. If I went someplace where my language was not the primary, I would not handle. That would be just me in constant anxiety.
See, I thought I wasn't going to be able to handle it, but when we went on our honeymoon in Europe, so many people spoke English. And English was everywhere.
Yeah.
If we really got confused, then we had Google Translate.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was... Honestly, I didn't feel judged that we didn't speak any of the languages. Just because, for one, it was tourist season, but...
Yeah. Also, I feel if, obviously, I'd probably be going with Blake, and Blake would be, taking the reign on all communication.
He's so good at that, though.
Yeah, so it's, I probably would be okay, but, he really wants to go, Tokyo and,
Asian places?
Yeah, and I'm just, those are so crowded and compact and, not my, I don't feel I would do well.
See,
New York is a bit for me.
You.
So it's I don't think I would do well in that situation.
I don't have a major desire to do Asia, really. Mm-hmm. Tokyo could be really cool.
Yeah.
If I had a really good reason to go.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a place I'd be let's just go vacation to Tokyo.
Yeah. But then I also have the fear of me being really ignorant to just the culture of these different places.
That's
and
true.
Offending people by doing stuff that I don't realize is offensive, and I'm just all around anxious.
Yeah, that can happen. There wasn't too much culture stuff like that when in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing specifically was when we did Vatican City to see like the Sistine Chapel and the St. Peter's Basilica and all that. That they basically told you women had to be covered up, like, but it wasn't like the shoulders had to be covered. But, like, I had, like, a button-down shirt that, like, I definitely still had a little bit of, like, chest showing, but not, like, full-on cleavage.
Yeah.
But then you saw some people that were wearing, like, spaghetti-strap tanks, and they would just give you a shawl, like, to cover the shoulders.
Gotcha.
And so that was the only, like, major
Yeah.
thing that we encountered. But it wasn't, like, crazy in force.
Yeah. I get that.
But everywhere else in Italy and France
Mhm.
was pretty...
Like,
very... And those places... they definitely feel European.
Yeah.
For sure, but, like, there's so many different types of people there that it didn't feel, like, that different compared to America. Like,
Yeah.
as far as the people go.
I get
Especially
that.
in Paris.
I get that. I wouldn't mind, like, at some time, obviously, not right now,
Mm-hmm.
going to, like, Israel.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know, I just think that'd be cool, just
Mm-hmm.
to see, like, all the historical stuff there.
Yeah.
I feel like would just be really cool and powerful. And I feel like that would be, like, on my bucket list at least sometime before I die.
Yeah.
I feel like I would, again, not right now, but at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully it stays...
Still there, yeah.
Stays there.
Yeah. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, then I guess, not going there.
Never mind, yeah.
Never mind about that. Never mind.
Part of me really wants to go to Australia, but then I...
Oh.
Yeah.
The creatures.
The creatures.
The creatures.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. And then, like, people who live there are like, oh, it's not that bad. But I'm like... But
I
then
see the
tell,
videos.
Well, then they'll tell their own stories about stuff. And I'm like, you don't think that's that bad? Like, no.
If I can't handle a spider this big, you think I'm going to handle a spider this big?
No. And there's a spider over there that literally screams when it runs.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Nope.
No Australia for Michaela.
Nope. Or, like, the fact that, like, snakes just, like, are in your, like, in houses, and that's, like, a normal thing.
Just all of a sudden come up the sink.
Yeah. Nope.
You know
I would turn into a man and I would pee standing up. Like, I am not sitting down on the toilet at all, ever.
Yeah.
Like, Australia, I have no desire. None.
Yeah.
People always are like, oh my gosh, I would love that. I'm like, nope, you have fun.
In theory,
you
I
send
would love
pictures. I don't even care if it's a group of people. My FOMO, I would get over it. I am not going to Australia.
that. Wait, we're going next year.
No.
I didn't tell you.
Not happening. You have a great time.
Just
You let
kidding.
me know what horrible things you see.
But the koalas and the kangaroos.
I know. It would be kind of cool to see, like, because they say, like, kangaroos there are, like, squirrels here. And I'm like, that would be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have to definitely, go someplace where they're like, we have great, exterminators. Nothing around here. And I'll be like...
You'd need to stay on, like, the, 10th level of a 5-star hotel that would be, like...
Yeah.
Nearly impossible for any critter to get all the way up there.
That's what I need. And I'll never leave my room.
There you go. Not see any of Australia.
I don't want to see any of it.
Fly there, stay in hotel, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, no.
But I'm in Australia!
Dude, I, like, if I just was walking down, like, a street and then, like, this big old spider...
Do I need to cry?
No, I would literally lose my mind. Because you can't step on that thing. Like, anything that's
That'll
big...
crunch like a, yeah.
Anything, like, I won't even step on the crunch.
Ugh.
It is nauseating. Like...
Where else do we want to go? Not Australia. Other places.
Oh my gosh.
London.
Yeah,
Scotland.
Ireland. All those would love. Iceland. Would love to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Iceland, that would be beautiful. I would really love to go to, I'm going to say it wrong, Alaska.
How are you going to say Alaska wrong?
I was going to say Antarctica.
That's not.
I know,
That's different.
It's so bad every time.
Alaska's here, Antarctica is
I
here.
know, and that's why I was like, I have to really think. Every time, I always have to really think about it. I'm like,
Alaska's a state, sweetheart.
I know, and then Antarctica is penguins and polar bears. I know, but like my little brain, all the letters, and I'm like, what does it all mean? It's one that I have not. I mean, obviously I can. I just think about it a little bit. It's like when I was a kid and I got antelope and cantaloupe mixed up. Very different.
Very, very
different. But got them mixed up. I used to get the darndest things mixed up. Clearly, I still do.
But anyway, we'll go to Alaska.
I want to go to Alaska. I would love to go to Alaska.
To see the northern lights would be incredible.
I would, and I like the cold.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to Alaska.
Well, the episode last week of The Bachelor, Jasper, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go there. After seeing that episode,
yeah,
like their tourism has to go up a little.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean it was beautiful,
it's gorgeous, and you could see the northern lights there. I mean that was in some of the footage, like
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, but yeah,
the moose would be the only thing that might scare me.
A moose?
Just because they're big and can be mean. Like if you go at the wrong time of year where it's like mating season and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Like I saw. That was a big thing on TikTok. I don't know what month it was, but it was within the last 5 months, I think. Somewhere in Montana, maybe, that it was, like, moose mating season. So they were, like, literally on, like, a college campus, like, running into cars and just, like, being in the way. But you can't approach a moose. They're huge, and they are dangerous.
Yeah.
Like you're staying in a cabin,
yeah,
and a moose comes up and breaks the window.
Yeah.
Like that is so scary.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I guess I can't judge. I'm scared of geese. Geese are mean.
Geese are mean.
And our hospital has so many geese in our like parking lot.
Yeah.
And they're mean. They are mean geese.
Yeah.
Once a geese starts to like hiss, you like if you run, you're doomed.
It's gonna fly.
If you stay there, you're relatively doomed. I mean, you're better off kind of staying there and trying to walk away.
Yeah.
Than if you take off sprinting, because
you can't start running.
No, they will indeed chase after you. They sense fear. Ugh. You know what I never want to come into interaction with though? I mean, I don't think anyone ever does. A brown bear.
Yeah, I'm okay to stay away from bears. All sorts of bears. I don't need it.
Well, it's even like I've seen like watch stuff about like bear attacks, and there'll like literally be people who are like walking on like trails, like normal trails, like it's a legit trail. It's not like they're going like off the trail and in the woods, and they'll fall and get attacked by like a brown bear, and I'm like, and they're brutal. They do not care.
Yeah.
Wow.
Truly.
Yeah. Wildlife.
Wildlife.
Wildlife. When you look at that.
Well, I feel like we hit a lot of topics.
Yeah. I feel like it's like we always end up just talking.
I know.
It's like that's what this is all about.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we've learned that true crime is kind of heavy, and maybe don't listen to it if it's not good for you. And grocery trips.
So entertaining.
Yeah. I mean you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Grocery trips can be stressful, and it's okay to cry about it. It's okay to cry about it.
Yeah. Whenever you're just getting like the necessities, and they're like, that'll be $150. You're just like, oh.
What?
Sad times.
It's International Women's Month, so if you're a woman, celebrate yourself. Buy yourself flowers, because I bought myself flowers. These
Be Miley Cyrus.
You can buy your own flowers.
You can even write your name in the sand.
Buy yourself flowers.
You can talk to yourself for hours.
You can do that. Or just listen to us and pretend you're talking to us and talk at your TV.
Yeah. We should start doing that, like in Dora, where it's like everyone.
What do you think about that?
Great!
So smart. So
Insightful.
Insightful.
We are doing great.
It's sleep time.
And we'll see you next time on the Goofy Gals Chat.
Bye-bye.